Inspirational eye here. So this is going to be my review of Hobbs and Shaw. There's going to be a lot of reviews this week. Because obviously NXT's on. NXT's on tonight. I'm recording this Saturday, so yeah. And then SummerSlam's on tomorrow. Obviously Hobbs and Shaw review I'm doing now. It's quite a week full of reviews. But anyway, let's crack on what this video is meant to be about. Hobbs and Shaw. I literally just come back from seeing it. I thought I'd do the review now. It's just fresh in my mind, but I'm not doing this until next week. So yeah. Key notes, here we go. So I'm going to start off by saying it is a very good film, a very action-packed film. I definitely recommend you go and see it if you're into action films, explosions, that kind of genre, because it is a very action-packed film. It does kind of differentiate itself from Fast and Furious. From what I mean by that is, yes, there is themes of Fast and Furious in there, but there's also its own kind of film which you would expect it to be. The three things that kind of tie it to the Fast and Furious series, which I kind of noticed, was obviously the main thing, Hobbs and Shaw death on the Fast and Furious series. There is a big theme of family in this, as in like, oh yeah, I forgot to say, spoilers, not which is video if you do want any spoilers for Hobbs and Shaw, because this can be filled with loads of spoilers, so move away. Go on to another video. Come back and see another video on my channel. But yeah, so Hobbs is kind of, gone away from his family, hasn't really bothered with them for the last 25 years, and he kind of reconnects with them at the end of the film, and obviously Shaw, Jason Statham's character, his sister's the one that gets the virus, it puts it in herself to protect it from anyone else getting it, and it's kind of like he has to save her. And obviously, it's about them, Shaw and his sister kind of reconnecting, because she was lied to and made out that his Shaw was a bad guy and that he turned his back on his family and the MI6 and all that kind of stuff. So it's about, family in that sort of aspect, about Hobbs reconnecting with his family, Shaw reconnecting with his sister and his mum. And also, the other big thing that you could get from the Fast and Furious series, which one of the things I love about the series is, they always have a big car scene in it, or big car scenes, should I say, where they do some sort of chase or something. You get that in this film quite a lot of good car scenes, chases. Especially at the beginning of the film, there's one where they're going through London, and the bad guy, I'm not even going to try and say his name, Idris, I think that's his name. There you go, I did try and say it. Concentrating myself. Idris' character has like a upgraded kind of super tech motorbike, and he's chasing them through the city. One of the best scenes of the film, very good film. So yeah, that kind of what carries on from the Fast and Furious series, but like I said, it is its own film as well. They have a lot of cameos in there. They have obviously Kevin Hart's very good friend of The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, so he's in there having a little cameo and on the flight as like a flight attendant, but he's also used to being like the MI6 or something. You have Ryan Gosling in there, who's playing a character like an MI6 character that used to work with Hobbs. And then you got another guy, I think he played Gary. He played the guy in Deadpool 2 that doesn't have any superpowers. He's in there as well. He's one that recruits Shaw into the mission, and then Hobbs gets him put into the mission by Ryan Gosling's character. So there's quite a few cameos in there. Obviously you got Roman Reigns in there, so you obviously have the little moment at the end where Roman Reigns and The Rock are standing there doing the ooh thing that Roman Reigns does. Even chuck a bit of wrestling there. It's of course they had to chuck that in there because it was two wrestlers. So there is a bit where there's a bit of a spear from Roman, and like I said, and Simone drop, and they do the hoo-ah thing, which I thought was kind of corny and cheesy, but there you go. One other thing that I love about the Fast and Furious films, but this also ties into this one, the female lead, which her name's called Hattie, and I think she's played by someone called Something Kirby. It's a badass in this film, and that's the one thing I love about the Fast and Furious films, and I'm glad they put this into this one. Is that they don't make the females these princess, oh I need saving kind of people. They make them badass women, which is what I love, because badass women can be badass just as much as the men can. So I love that she was a badass in this, completely took control and could handle herself. There were some moments when obviously she needed rescuing and helping, but compared to other films, she was a badass in this, and I like that. And then last but not least, they're definitely setting up for number 2. You know, the big bad guy, Idris's character, is basically controlled by, or given orders by some bad guy. We never get to see his commander because it's just a voice. But apparently it's someone that Hobbs knows from a previous mission, I'm guessing. So they're definitely aiming for number 2, you know, which I'm all for, I have to say. This was a really good film, I really enjoyed it, so number 2 would be good. It's nice to see how they're gonna, if they're gonna include Ryan Gosling's character in it, Kevin Hart's character, which I think they will if they do a number 2. I think that's a given. And it's gonna be interesting to see where this goes and who the big bad guy that Hobbs knows is going to be for number 2, because he actually killed off Idris' character. Basically, Idris' character gets defeated at the end, as he would, and instead of Hobbs and Shaw, obviously, because they're good guys killing him, his commander just kills him off, because he's full of like advanced technology. He's basically half metal, half human, as he called it. He's the beat Superman. I'm not going to say the other word because I won't get in trouble. And he basically gets shut down by his commander, and then yeah, that's pretty much the ending. So yeah, I'm interested to see where number 2 is going to go and who they're going to get to be the next big bad. So yeah, overall, go and see the film if you're into action, if you're into Dwayne Johnson or Jason Statham. Amazing action film. Does its own thing, but also still has connections to Fast and Furious series. And yeah, amazing film. Go and check it out. I'm an inspiration. This to be my review of Hobbs and Shaw. I've got to say, also, quick note, Shaw, the bad guy, Idris' character in this, is a guy that apparently Shaw tried to kill ages ago because he used something in another mission, and he didn't. He comes back basically from, you know. That's what I try. So yeah. For the schedule, like I said, a lot of reviews come in. NXT review, SummerSlam review, and then it'll probably just be NBA and Just Cause, because I want to obviously finish NBA, get to a certain point before the new one, and I feel like Just Cause 4 is dragged on, so I'm going to try and finish that series off this year as well. I'm an inspiration. I'll catch you on the other side. Peace!